Good morning. I'm in Danbury, Connecticut, and I'm as isolated as I can be right now on my walk, which is not as verdant, splendid as normally we can enjoy. And that'll change when I get to Owl's Head, Maine, sometime today, probably late afternoon. Here I am in Danbury, Connecticut, and it's chillier than it was. And I'm in Danbury in part to celebrate the possibility that sometime in the future Trump may take up residence in the local Danbury Federal Prison, but not until next year, I'm sure, and perhaps long after that. Here in Connecticut, we also have the situation in which part of the president's cover-up is involved. That is to say that we've had this U.S. attorney in Connecticut, John Durham, who's been looking at the Mueller investigation, trying to help the president, in my opinion, win the election by smearing that entire investigation. Of course, it wasn't helped yesterday when an assistant U.S. attorney, Dennehy, she resigned apparently because of pressure on the people participating in the investigation. So that's more of the same. President yesterday at the press conference, he had the first question he was asked, or one of the first was, do you think you should have lied to the American public about the pandemic? And he disappeared in a cloud of dust. But when the Washington Post went after him, finally, he just threw up his hands and left the stage, something that I don't think you can usually do as the president of the United States about significant questions. Also, last night in Maine, one of the first questions that Susan Collins had to answer in her Senate contest against Sara Gideon, the Democrat, was, what do you think about the president lying about the pandemic? And she had to say, well, she took a little distance from it. She didn't approve it. Well, she's fresh from being in Washington, where she approved Kavanaugh for the Supreme Court, where she hasn't voted for any of the funds that would help people in the pandemic. And Sara Gideon acquitted herself well last night. So we're very hopeful in a state which has a double-digit lead for Biden over Trump, that in the Senate race it's reflected in a narrower margin, but we're hopeful that Sara Gideon will win. I'm looking forward to getting up to Owl's Head, where I can rejoin the country again instead of these kind of dismal surroundings that I'm in here in Danbury, Connecticut. So I hope wherever you are, you have a much more verdant surrounding. And I'll talk to you tomorrow when I'm up in Maine. All the best. Bye-bye.